So it's an appropriate location to stage one of the most expensive activities in the world of sport, a Grand Prix. It will cost a team at least £10 million a year just to take part in the Formula One World Championship. To be successful will cost 3 or 4 times that. Everything to do with Formula One has a large price tag. A set of tyres costs £1,300. £100,000 for an engine. £750,000 to build a car. And that's before you count the cost of the drivers. To pay this massive bill, motor racing has turned itself into one gigantic billboard. The name of the game is a name on the car. In Formula One, sponsorship rules. Down the years, McLaren's marketing arm has found and indeed kept a group of major companies to sponsor its team.
We tend not to call them sponsors because we believe we can deliver a significant return on that investment.
Very interesting contrast with Senna sitting quietly removed from the world in his car.
Every driver has his own little way of getting in the car. Gerhard, our driver last year, would just get out of the car straight away and sit over by the wall or the...
Do the others know that he hasn't got into his car yet?
No, they wouldn't know, but I mean, they really are doing their own thing. You saw the way the Ayrton was looking. I mean, nobody else exists.
McLaren has a different way of selling Formula One. We do not sell it on the basis of what it costs to run a team. To a degree, that is irrelevant to Courtaulds or whoever. They are not buying 2 cars, 220 personnel. What they are buying is global media exposure.
Sponsors are notoriously coy about how much they spend. But McLaren know what they expect to earn from the available spaces on the car. Their asking price to put a company name on the unsold space of this front wing would be around $5 million. What does a sponsor get for such money?
What I think we get out of it is identifying Courtaulds with high technology.
It's a Sunday in May, and Ron Dennis, boss of McLaren, is a happy man. A few minutes ago, Ayrton Senna crossed the finishing line in Monaco to bring the McLaren team its 102nd Grand Prix victory. Winning here is an unexpected bonus. Dennis knows that the rest of the season will be a different story. The Williams team, with their more powerful engines, remain favourites for the championship. And though Senna may be celebrating his 3rd victory this year, his contract with McLaren has yet to be signed. And Ron's other driver, American Michael Andretti, has only finished twice in the last 6 races. So as Ron toasts Ayrton's lead in the championship, he knows all too well the challenge facing his team just to keep in contention.
It's a lot of attention all the world over, and it's identified as high-tech. This is where I want Courtaulds to be.
We've now been involved in this for some 50-odd years, and we're in it primarily for 2 reasons. Firstly, it enables us to put our brand in front of a very large international audience. And secondly, it enables us to provide our operating companies with communication stories that they can use in their advertising programs. We can talk to something approaching 500 million people 16 times a year. So that's a huge international audience where we can try and increase the awareness of our brand.
Tobacco companies sponsor all the top teams. It's advertising that escapes government health warnings. Tobacco's involvement with this glamorous sport is increasingly under fire. Critics say it sends a subconscious message to the viewer. This year, tobacco advertising was banned or restricted at 3 races. How does Ron Dennis, a non-smoker, justify such sponsorship?
We are promoting a brand name. We're not promoting an act.
Support for this initiative.
The surest way to get your team noticed is to win. But in recent races, McLaren's lack of speed has made this less likely. so the press will be interested to know if the new Cosworth engine has improved the car's performance. Norman finds out from the drivers.
Any problem with, what about the engine? Doesn't feel any different.
It's no good. I mean, same.
What about the engine? Does it feel different?
Yeah, of course it feels different. You drive more, and I think I have a little bit more mid-range. Silverstone, from the latest circuits we've been running, is a real circuit for a racing car. And I think if we didn't have the engine, we would be even further behind.
So not fantastic news, but as good as we can. As good as we can do, considering.
Could have been a lot worse.
Okay.
Meanwhile, it's business as usual on the track.
Hello, Malcolm, it's Norman Hull. What also happening tomorrow is that there will be royals here.
Andretti has been an added problem for the team image. In his first 8 races in Formula One, he has crashed out 4 times. But because he has often tested the car here, at least he's familiar with this circuit. Michael's performance is not very encouraging. Team manager Dave Ryan is far from happy with this latest practice.
If you've looked at the times this morning, you'll see how slow we are. And we're, I think we're 8th and 19th or something on the grid at the moment, which is unbelievably slow. I wouldn't say it was the engine. I think we've taken a serious step backwards on the car at the moment. You know we have Sally Gunnell coming, the Olympic gold medal winner, to help us in Mensa 2000 with her husband. Obviously we promised them VIP treatment. The situation with him is they don't know where he was an hour ago this was. They basically think he's sleeping, he's just lying there.
Well, it doesn't matter, just
I'm letting
so it does happen.
In the event, McLaren's drivers end up 4th and 11th on the grid, so they will be hard-pressed to get into the points. For the men charged with projecting the team image, tomorrow is going to be uphill work.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you know, it's British Grand Prix is our busiest Grand Prix. We have 150 guests here. The people over in the, a lot of people in the pits supporting the cars, the Grand Prix team, obviously 50, 55 people. And of course the most essential ingredient, the drivers. One of the drivers here, Ayrton Senna, well known to you. Just like to pass you over to Ayrton. It's an unrehearsed quick visit.
Stuart Wingham, can you hear me?
Yes, he's on the line.
Do you have any idea where Sally Gunnell is? Because we've only got about 5 minutes left with the car, because then they're going to start working on the T car. Ah, here we are.
Sally, can I introduce you to Mika Hakkinen?
Hi, nice to meet you. Hello. Congratulations. Yeah, yeah, brilliant. You've done that before. Ah. It's very heavy. Really heavy.
Okay, yeah. We're coming a little bit fine.
Okay.
Have we got a final decision on this?
We've just had the go-ahead. Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, good.
Everything's good.
It's less than an hour before the start of the British Grand Prix. McLaren's hopes of getting a result, with all the favourable publicity that will bring, depend to a large extent on this man, Ayrton Senna. What the public doesn't realize is that his contract has only just been signed. The start is minutes away. McLaren's marketing arm is still working hard to promote its team. Norman Howell has one more card to play.
So Norman Howell, Director of Communications at McLaren. We've got a message through to your office. We're running the Manchester 2000
Okay, right, sure.
And we would love just a few seconds. We have Sally Gunnell here, who's supporting our bid.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could have you...
Okay, where do you want me?
Here.
Okay. Right.
I think it's a worthwhile thing to do, of course.
Okay. So what do you want me to do? Just stand by. Now, how do you get me and the logo on the same shot? Do you want me to crouch down by it? All right.
Join me up here with his mic.
Okay. I think we actually ought to think about taking it back now since we have signed the race.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, mission accomplished. Ciao, Ayrton.
Hopes are high in the pits for a successful start, but for Andretti, they are soon dashed. There will be a press release at the end of the race, so Norman needs to know what happened.
They all went wide, and I had to go wide, and I got the loose stop.
The button, or had the engine stop?
It's in. It was in. Enough that there was no way. But it's sorry. I mean, I just had a nice start. I thought we were really looking good.
I mean, nobody's fault.
While Senna continues to fight it out on the track, the team is in with a chance. After some early dueling at the front, Senna settles down among the leading cars. Then on the last lap, with at least a third place assured, disaster strikes. Senna's car slows down and stops. For both drivers, the race is over, but not for the marketing team. In fact, for Norman, the hardest part is still to come. He must face the press. First, he needs to find out what happened to Senna's car.
What happened? Guess. No.
Petrol. It's a fuel pressure. What seems like
Yeah, the fuel pressure's dropped just before he stopped.
It seems a programming error caused the problem.
Which would tend to suggest that the car's run out of fuel.
And so to the last task of the day, the press release. It's time to find the silver lining in an otherwise gloomy day. After all, at McLaren, you never lose. You just don't always win.
We wanted to push Manchester 2000, and we managed to get that across. We had the new sponsor in Berlucchi, Italian wine makers, and we're in the car.
Yeah.
We've tried a new engine. Works. We've got Senna on board. As you know, this was the weekend when he really signed. I don't think it's negative. And this is a team that, as you can see, everybody's calm. Nobody's holding their heads down, shame and horror.
From a business standpoint,